Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show how to make compost from food scraps. So I have this container full of food scraps from kitchen. So from this I will show you how to make kitchen compost by using the ground soil that I have in this box. So this has the soil that I got during repotting from the other parts. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take parts that have larger holes. I'm going to put this on the ground. This will attract the earthworms to enter from the holes, and then it will make the composting even faster. So I'll take two parts because I'm going to replant two plants. One this eggplant and the other one is the capsicum. First thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this papers from this magazine, and then I'm going to put it at the bottom of this pot, like one. And to the other part too. Yeah. So the next step will be to add one layer of this soil. So I'm going to pour a little bit of this soil here in the pots, like maybe around 2 inches. Both of the pots have the soil like around 1 to 2 inches. So after this I'm going to add old compost, maybe one fistful of compost to speed up the composting process. And then I'm going to add the food scraps. So this has like the flowers and then the taro root peels and many things, even the tea. So I'm going to distribute this into these two parts. So it has these banana peels and eggshells, so which are really good for the plants. So after this I am going to add one more fistful of the old compost. And then little bit of the soil. If you have grass cuttings from the lawn, so you can use one more layer. So this is my lawn grass cutting, so I'm going to put one layer of this into the pot. And then one more fistful of compost on top of it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search for some earthworms because they really speed up the composting process. So this is my old grow bag. So this is done. I mean the plants are done. So I removed the plants. Now I'm going to pour this into this place. So this was also made the same way. Like here you can see how good the mud is, and you can see that there are earthworms here. So I'm going to put this into this pot. I'm going to distribute like whatever I find from here into these pots. So as you can see, like, you know, this was also made the same way. So here you can see like it's all decomposed. Within like 1.5 months or 2 months it gets decomposed and you get very rich soil. So I'm going to use this one again here. So the top layers will be the old soil. I found another one, another earthworm, so this goes into this pot. And see, there is another one here. So what happens within 1.5 months, food scraps at the bottom, they get decomposed, and then on the top I put a small sapling, and then by the time it becomes a little bit bigger, the roots get rich nutrients. Another earthworm. So there is another one here. So, and one more here. The good thing about using food scraps is, like, you know, the once you put this pot on the ground, it attracts lots of earthworms, and then they come inside and then they decompose all the food scraps. So as you can see, the food scraps and the grass cuttings are at the bottom, so they are not at the top. So while the food scraps are getting decomposed, the plant on the top, it's just getting the nutrients from this old soil, and by the time its roots become stronger and bigger, so they get the nutrients from the food scraps that have been decomposed at the bottom. See, one more here, one more earthworm here. So if you add one or two, they multiply in the pot, and then, you know, they even make the soil loose, and then they make it really rich. Here another one. Another one here, another one here. So we have got around like 5 or 6 per pot. So now the next step is to take these plants and then loosen the roots at the bottom, and then make a hole in the middle, and then put it here. This it. And then this is capsicum. And then I'm going to add more soil. So in our area there are lots of raccoons. So what I do, because they attract raccoons, the food smell, so I use bamboo skewers. That way, you know, even when they try to dig, they get hurt and then they just abandon. So if you don't have a ground, you can put a pot saucer at the bottom, and then you can see the water coming out. So that's really good for the plants. So you can dilute it with more water, and then you can use it for the other plants. this is done. Now the last step is to use the bamboo skewer. So this is optional only if you want to protect your plants from like raccoons or anything that tries to dig the mud, especially like because of the smell. Yeah, by the way, like only raccoons can smell that there is food inside, but once you put the food at the bottom of this pot and leave it in the backyard, then you hardly smell anything from this one. So it's very neat way of decomposing the food scraps. And then I'll pour some water. So the best thing is like you have to uh, transplant the plants in the evening when the weather is a bit cold, and then put it under shade for maybe like 1 week until it looks very healthy, and then you can move it to sunny place. Like for eggplant and capsicum, they really need good sunlight, so you can move them there.